Every day you use your phone to stream videos, send messages, and scroll through social media, all without a single wire. But have you ever stopped and thought, how does any of this actually work? How did we go from a phone that could barely make a call to a device that streams 4K video from the other side of the planet? The answer lies in mobile networks. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through every single generation, from 1G all the way to 6G. Each generation solved a real problem. Each one changed how we live. Let's start from the very beginning. Before 1G, every phone was tied to a cable. If you wanted to make a call, you had to be at home, at the office, or near a payphone. No exceptions. That changed in the early 1980s when 1G arrived, the first generation of mobile networks. Your voice was converted into radio waves and sent through the air. For the first time ever, people could make phone calls without a wire. But the problems were serious. Call quality was terrible, full of static, echoes, and noise. There was zero encryption, meaning anyone with a basic radio scanner could listen in on your private conversation. And battery life? About 20 to 30 minutes of talk time before the phone died. The phones themselves were enormous, heavy bricks that barely fit in a bag, let alone a pocket. 1G was a genuine breakthrough, but it left behind so many problems that the next generation became absolutely necessary. By the early 1990s, the problems with 1G had become impossible to ignore. So engineers created 2G, and it changed everything. The biggest shift was moving from analog to digital signals. Instead of sending your voice as radio waves, 2G converted it into digital data. Calls became cleaner, clearer, and, for the first time, encrypted. Your conversations were finally private. But 2G's most iconic invention was the text message. Suddenly, you could reach someone without calling them at all. Just type a few words and hit send. It sounds simple now, but at the time, it was revolutionary. Mobile data arrived with 2G too, but it was painfully slow. The original GSM standard offered just 14.4 kilobits per second. Later upgrades brought GPRS at 80 kilobits, then Edge at 200 kilobits per second. That's still too slow for real browsing, but the foundation was laid, and the internet was coming to mobile, ready or not. As more people wanted to use the internet on their phones, 2G simply couldn't keep up. So 3G was built, the first mobile network designed specifically for the internet. With 3G, you could actually browse websites, check your email, and use early social media. Base speeds started at 384 kilobits per second, already a big step forward. Later upgrades called HSPA and HSPA Plus pushed those speeds to 5 or even 10 megabits per second. That was enough to watch early YouTube videos and make basic video calls. But 3G had one major weakness. It fell apart under pressure. When too many people went online at the same time, speeds dropped hard. Videos buffered endlessly. Pages refused to load. In crowded places, 3G was practically useless. Phones were getting smarter. Apps were getting heavier. The demand was growing faster than 3G could handle. A faster, more stable network was no longer optional. It was urgent. Around 2010, 4G arrived, and it didn't just improve mobile internet. It created the smartphone era as we know it today. Speeds jumped to between 10 and 100 megabits per second. With 4G Plus, some connections hit 300 megabits. Streaming HD video, downloading large files, playing online games, all of it became smooth, fast, and reliable. Look at how phones changed during this period. Physical keyboards disappeared. Screens got bigger. Touchscreens took over completely. That wasn't just a design trend. 4G made apps like Google Maps, FaceTime, and Netflix possible. And those apps demanded large screens and gesture controls. 4G was also far more stable than 3G. The network was engineered to serve many users at once, without collapsing. Of course, in extremely crowded places, packed stadiums, major concerts, busy downtown areas, 4G could still slow down. But for most people, most of the time, 4G completely transformed what a phone was capable of. 5G launched in 2020 and is now built into most mid-range and high-end smartphones on the market. In terms of raw speed, 5G can reach hundreds of megabits per second. And under ideal conditions, it can push past 1 full gigabit. But speed alone isn't what makes 5G special. The real story is latency, the tiny delay between when you send data and when it arrives. With 5G, that delay is typically just 15 to 30 milliseconds. That means when you tap in an online game, the response is nearly instant. When you're using Google Maps, your position updates in real time with no lag at all. 5G also handles crowds dramatically better than 4G. Its architecture was built to support far more simultaneous connections without slowing down. The one real downside is coverage. 5G infrastructure is still expanding, especially in rural areas. If your phone supports 5G but there's no signal nearby, it simply falls back to 4G, which, for everyday tasks, is still completely fine. 6G doesn't exist yet as a consumer network. Right now it lives inside research labs, university projects, and government infrastructure experiments. But the numbers already being demonstrated are extraordinary. In theory, 6G could reach hundreds of gigabits per second. In actual laboratory conditions, researchers have already hit speeds approaching 1 full terabit per second. To put that in perspective, that's fast enough to download an entire movie library in seconds. Beyond raw speed, 6G is expected to embed artificial intelligence directly into the network itself. The system would automatically predict demand, optimize connections in real time, and manage traffic across billions of devices without any human intervention. This isn't about your phone loading Instagram faster. 6G is being designed for smart cities, autonomous vehicles, advanced industrial automation, and large-scale scientific computing. Based on the roughly 10-year cycle between generations, 6G is expected to reach consumers around 2030. But honestly, for most people today, 4G still handles everyday life just fine, and 5G covers everything else. 6G is the next chapter. It just hasn't been written yet. So let's bring it all together. 1G gave us the freedom to make calls without a wire. 2G made those calls cleaner, private, and gave us the text message. 3G brought the internet to our pockets. Slowly, but it got there. 4G turned phones into the powerful computers we carry today. 5G added speed, stability, and near-instant response times. And 6G is coming, promising something we can barely imagine yet. Every single generation solved a real problem. Every one opened doors that simply didn't exist before. Mobile networks aren't just technology, they're infrastructure for modern life. The same way roads and electricity reshaped the world in the 20th century, mobile networks are quietly shaping the 21st. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit like. It genuinely helps more people find this content. And subscribe if you want more clear, honest explanations of how technology actually works. See you in the next one.